she survived a dramatic 25-foot fall captured on a cell phone video. Aerialist Sarah Romanowski was performing in a holiday show when her routine went terribly awry. We're going to talk to her in a moment, but first, look back at what happened. Sarah Romanowski had been a dancer all her life, and she'd been working as an aerialist for 3 years. So the deft way she performed 3 stories above the ground was second nature. She worked without a safety harness and a net, by choice. She felt strongly that she was an artist, but doing aerial work was an extreme sport, and with extreme sports, there is always an inherent risk. This video was taken on a Friday. Sarah Romanowski was working as one of Santa's candy cane girls in a performance at the Beverly Center in Beverly Hills to attract shoppers to the mall. But this video is haunting because the very next day, a routine that had become second nature went horribly wrong. As this cell phone video shows, in the third show of the day, which began at 6 p.m., Sarah was in the middle of her routine when she lost her grip, horrifying onlookers as she plummeted an estimated 20 feet. Look again. You can see as she suddenly loses her grip. Sarah says she's still not sure how it happened. One moment she was hanging upside down, and the next she was hurtling towards the ground. And Sarah Romanowski joins us now. Thank you so much for being here. You know, I'm watching you watch that video. You're keeping the smile on your face, but what are you thinking?
You know, it terrified a lot of people. Unfortunately, I actually don't remember falling.
Nothing.
I don't, you know, and the second my hands left the hoop until about 2 hours later, I really remember almost nothing. So that's a blessing. That's amazing. And, you know, a lot of people have asked if I've had nightmares about it, and really, I haven't.
Do you remember anything about the routine?
I remember being lifted up. I remember being very focused, feeling very strong, and everything felt completely normal. Nothing felt out of the ordinary, and suddenly I went from being inside the hoop to being underneath it, and then just blackness.
But what's so amazing about it, the director of the show, Ray Pierce, says that you fell in absolute textbook fashion. What is textbook fashion?
Well, I think that textbook fashion would be landing where obviously you'd get the fewest possible injuries. I mean, I could have landed on my head, I could have hurt my spine, but, you know, I am walking 2 months later and I'm healed from, you know, a pelvis broken in 4 places and 6 broken ribs and a shattered wrist, but it could have been so much worse. So I guess I fell in the way that just, you know,
instinct took over.
It was instinctive, because like I said, I don't remember. So, but my body obviously somehow knew what to do in that moment.
Well, you look like you're fully back, but as you said, you broke, what, 7 ribs, fractured your pelvis in 4 places, shattered your wrist. Are you still dealing with any pain?
Not at all. I was in the hospital for 11 days. I had friends and community around me, supporting me, loving me, and I really just have tried to stay as positive as possible throughout this entire ordeal. And I've really also just tried to keep moving as much as possible, and movement has helped me keep from experiencing very much pain. And, you know, less than a week after getting home, I just stopped taking all of the painkillers.
None?
I was in none, you know, about a week after getting home, and I was in a wheelchair for 7 weeks. And then I started to stand, and a week later, I just completely stopped using the wheelchair. So I've been out for a couple weeks out of the wheelchair. I've gotten back on the tissue, back on the hoop a little bit in the studio.
And what was it like that first time?
You know, I think it felt really good. It felt right. I knew the whole time that I had to get back. I knew that I couldn't let fear keep me from returning. And, you know, I feel stiff. I'm not quite as flexible as I was before, but I'm convinced it'll all come back.
You perform without a safety harness.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, on the tissue, you can't perform with the safety harness. It really is impossible. On the hoop, you know, safety harnesses can really inhibit your movement, and they have their own problems. They're not completely, you know, free of their own problems. They can wrap around arms and legs. So, you know, I thought that I didn't need it.
All of us were kind of blown away by Pink at the Grammys on Sunday. Did you watch?
I did.
So one aerialist to another. How did she do?
She did great. I mean, what she did wasn't that difficult, but she was singing live while doing it and wet. And I mean, that's just incredible. I mean, she's so strong. She seems very well trained for it. And, you know, I really give her props.
What do you think, Robin? Not that difficult?
Easy for you to say.
Well, Sarah, it is so great to see you looking so
Thank
good.
you.
What a story. We're so glad you're back so quickly.
Me too.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.